So if you guys want yourself a super fast AFK fish slash squid farm that will give you tons of fish and ink sacs and bones, make sure you stay tuned to the very end of the video to see how we build up this very simple farm. So hello there everybody, welcome back to another video, and as you guys could tell by that quick little intro right there, in today's video we are going to be building ourselves up an AFK bone slash fish slash ink sac farm. And one of the reasons it's considered a bone farm is because it's pretty much just farms up all of the squids and all of the fish, and fish drop a lot of bones. So yeah, let's just get started. Of course, you're gonna need yourself a giant ocean biome or something like that. Go out in the middle of the ocean, make sure you're plenty far away from any land around like I am right here. And then what we're gonna do is that we're just gonna go ahead and build up until our Y level is equal to 150. So as you see right now, it's at 69, and we're going to build that up until it's Y level 150. And oh, by the way, the reason I am in creative mode is just because I am in a different creative world, and I just figured it'd be a lot easier to show off how to build this in creative. Once you're up to Y150, what we're going to do is we're just going to build ourselves a nice little platform. We'll go 3 blocks out on each side. It doesn't have to be that big, because it doesn't have to be exact, because all that's going to go here is our trident killer. So now what we're going to do is we're going to find to about the middle of the platformer, so it doesn't have to be exact. Place down one piston right there. We're going to turn and place one piston right there. We're going to turn once again, place another piston right there. Once again, another one right here, so it's going to look something just like that. I'll give you guys a little top-down view so you can see. Then now all we are simply going to do, grab ourselves an observer, place an observer like this, running out towards the infinite edge, I guess. We'll place one right here running to this piston. This one's going to run out again. Then this one's going to go into this piston. This one's going to run out. This piston, this one's out, and this piston. I've built this a million times, so it should not be that tough for you guys to figure this out. Going to place a lever right here on this piston, and later on we will throw our tridents in here, but in case you just want to test it right now, going to flip it. Flip it one more time. As you guys will see, we'll make a perfect little circle, which will push the trident and whatnot around. And that's because right now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and break this bottom block right here underneath where your piston with the lever and whatnot is at. I'm going to go ahead and come down to this bottom side, and pretty much all we are going to do is just run some hoppers out of that block. So we're going to place a hopper right here, and then we come up on this side. I'm going to place a hopper running down into there, because that's pretty much all it's going to do is going to push everything around and pick it all up. In that hopper right there, we can go destroy this one right here, and then we can run the chest to right about here, let's say, and then all we can do is just run the hoppers out from that chest into that hopper. That way, anytime anything gets dropped in here, let's say this chest, what's going to happen is that these pistons are going to push it around. As you guys saw, it's going to end up in the hopper and then end up in this chest right here. Now, of course, you can do as much storage as you want. If you want to just place down like another group of chests, maybe we can go 3 down just like this. And then the simple, just run a hopper into each one of these, and it will fill up from the bottom to the top first. Next up, all we're going to do is grab ourselves our solid blocks, and we're just going to place these solid blocks building up on all this stuff that we just built up. Just 2 blocks high, just a nice little 2 block high little tube sort of thing around here, just like so. And then now what we are going to do is I'm going to come to either side of where my lever is at. So my lever is right here. I'm facing this way. I'm going to just come to this right side, and what we're going to do is on this block, we're going to build out by 8 soul sands. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I'll show you guys once again. This one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then we're just going to go ahead and copy and do the same exact thing on this opposite side. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 blocks of soul sand. Oop, didn't mean to place that out on this side, just like so. And then all we're going to do around that is build ourselves up a nice little 2 block high wall around all that soul sand that we just placed in. And then pretty much once we go ahead and have ourselves our 2 block high wall like that, what we're going to do is we're going to come to this end here, not this corner, but this block right here. We're going to place down a piece of soul sand, and then we're just going to build out 8 soul sand in this direction. Again, just like the bottom, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We'll do the same thing over here on this side. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then all we are going to do is do that same as that thing on the other side. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And again, the same thing right here, not touching those corners. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then pretty much all we're going to do is we're going to connect these things together and make ourselves 2 giant squares, making sure we're not filling in the middle. I'll show you guys what that looks like in just 1 second here. So we're going to end up getting 2 giant squares like that. And then as you guessed, we're just going to go ahead and fill up all of these squares with some more of our soul sand. And alright, once we get done filling up our soul sand little squares like we just did, What we can do is grab our blocks once again, and all we're going to do, we can just go ahead and up these edges just by 1 block, because we're going to go ahead and build up 3 blocks. So it's 1, 2, 3, and make ourselves a nice 3-block high wall going around this whole entire farm of this soul sand and whatnot. And alright, so once we get done building up that 3-block high wall, all we're going to do is take some slabs of any kind, and we're just going to throw some slabs on the top of that wall, and this is just to make sure that no mobs or anything like that can spawn in here, because as I'm sure you guys know, mobs cannot spawn on half slabs. So yeah, just going to fill this all up with half slabs. Alright, so now what we need to do is grab ourselves our fence gates, because we need to place down a whole bunch of fence gates. We're just going to go and crouch place these fence gates along this whole entire top part, I guess you can say, just like this middle hole. It's hard to explain, just watch what I am doing. Going to crouch place those fence gates all along there. Then we're going to do the same exact thing for this side right here. Just crouch place all of these fence gates just like so. And then of course what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and open every single one of these fence gates. That's way all of the fish and the squids can all fall through them. And once you get done doing that, go ahead and hop on down here to our little hole, I guess you can say. Right here, all we're going to do the same exact thing, is just place in some fence gates, so they're going to look just like so. And then again, we just open up both of these fence gates, just like that right here, just on the 1 block above that soul sand. And then now what we're going to do is grab ourselves some of our temporary blocks, and we're going to place these temporary blocks along this whole bottom here with this soul sand and whatnot, as you guys will see. Place them all just like that. Then we come to this back here, we're just going to place down our 2 buckets of water. They should flow perfectly to the edge. Then what we can do is destroy these blocks underneath, now that we have those waters placed in. And then after we do that, all we have to do is grab ourselves our buckets of water. We're going to place water buckets on this bottom edge block, I guess you can say. Just watch what I'm doing. This block right here, as you see, I'm placing water right here, and you'll know when you place the water because it won't let you place it there anymore. And also you'll get a whole bunch of bubbles starting to come up, and that's the whole reason for doing that, because we want bubbles down there. And alright, we're just going to go ahead and do the same exact thing to the opposite side, placing your temporary blocks and placing all of your water like that. And then, like I said, once again, grab your water buckets and just place them just along this one edge. It doesn't have to be both, as long as it's one edge. That will create bubbles going across the whole entire way. So make sure all these blocks have that place, and they do, as you can see, create bubbles the whole entire way down, which is exactly what we want. And then we're going to do the exact same thing up here. We're going to fill in all of this soul sand on this one side with our temporary blocks, and then after we fill in all of our temporary blocks, we're just going to go ahead and do the same exact thing, placing our water along the backs of all of these blocks, again for both sides. After we place in our water on both sides along the backs, we're going to do the same exact thing like we did down there, and just break out all of our temporary blocks. And alright, so once you go ahead and destroy all of your temporary blocks like I did, just go ahead and grab your water buckets once again. All we're going to do is go to the edge just like we did down there and just place in our water buckets along all of these edge blocks, and that will actually make all of these turn into bubbles. As you'll see, every single one of these will start bubbling. We're going to go ahead and do the same exact thing on the opposite side, and again they will all turn into bubbles from just placing it on just this one side. And we need those bubbles because that will help push the fish to the top and then push them down here into our kill chamber. Like I was saying, right now we can go and throw down all of our tridents in our kill chamber down here. You only really need like 1 or 2, but we'll just throw a bunch down there because why not? And in order to get the maximum amount of drops and whatnot from these guys, I recommend sitting here with your looting 3 sword. When this is flicked on, I guess they still can get through the slabs. Some of them can get through the slabs. We'll put some glass here to fix that instead of those slabs. Again, you don't need this whatsoever. This is just so in case you want to watch. But then you can just sit here with your looting 3 sword, and that will get you the maximum amount of drops, because again, this looting 3 actually goes on to those tridents, and it counts as you killing them with this type of sword. So yeah, like I said in the intro, this thing will give you a whole bunch of bones, which can make bone meal, and it will give you a bunch of fish for fruit and a bunch of ink sacs if that's what you want. But yeah, that's going to be pretty much it for this video. I do hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment. Thanks for watching, and make sure you guys do all that good stuff. If you have any questions, I'll be down in the comment section below like always. But anyways, thank you guys for watching once again, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.